My name is Rich Burnett, President of Training Operations at a new athletic development facility in town called Triple F. It's right now not open, where it's going to be open in August, and it's the Lee Smith Gym is kind of what everybody's referring to it as, because, you know, hometown hero that played 11 years in the league. We met at a conference in South Carolina, out of all places, and the good Lord just kind of brought it all together where, you know, he and I hit it off, and then here I am in Knoxville, Tennessee. Moved my family here from Atlanta. Was there for the past 6 years as the head strength and conditioning coach at Great Atlanta Christian School. Before that, I was in the collegiate setting at Texas A&M University, Corpus Christi. I did my undergrad there, my graduate degree there, kind of like you, Lorenz, and ended up working as a GA, assistant strength coach, and then head strength coach. So people thought we'd never leave, but got into different plans. And I didn't really think about much in terms of athletic development. I didn't have a strength coach in high school. I went to a small private school. I played basketball. I was decent, you know, but I didn't really think about taking all of what I was passionate about, fitness and weight training, all this stuff, like early on, 12 years ago now, and funneling it into just pure athletic development, making an athlete who is in this state athletically here now, and then making them more athletic, which is really what I call what I do. Anyway, athletic development is about increasing athleticism, right? So, of course, I didn't have that poise and being able to define even what I was doing for a living at the time, but it took a lot of reading and graduate work and internships and everything else to kind of really help me become the professional that I am. And I'm a big believer in eliminating guesswork. And so as I went through my profession, I trained, I guess upwards of 1,500 to 2,000 athletes now throughout my time, 1,000 just at GAC and Addison one of them. Just really honing in on, man, let's not waste any time in the training process. Let's make sure you're healthy. And let's make sure Addison is getting what he needs, and no more, no less, to be the better version of himself. And that's a hard thing to figure out, honestly. It's not cut and dry. You have to understand his history. You have to understand what injury he had most recently, what causes him pain, that it should be removed. And I'm grateful to hear about his time here at Tennessee now, and just how his strength staff has gone above and beyond to take care of him and make sure he's not just getting the typical freshman O-line program, but rather, now what does Addison really need to be better, to be a better athlete? And
so my name's Addison Nichols. I'm also from Atlanta, Georgia. This is where I had the pleasure of meeting Coach Burnett over here. He was my head strength coach for pretty much the entirety of my high school career, and then one of my strength coaches through middle school. I currently play football here at Tennessee. I'm an early enrollee. I got here in January. And yeah, super excited to be here in Knoxville. It's super cool to have Coach Burnett up here as well. When I heard that news, it was like, oh, that's super awesome.
Can't get rid of me.
I know, it's following me.
Yeah. So here we are, going to my 12th year in this profession and seeing Addison thrive. Thankfully, he came into the back half of my profession, not the first half. I've made all the mistakes already, and it's gotten to a point, man, I just love all my student athletes and empower them and just make them the best version of themselves. And also the psychological and social aspect of youth athletics, especially, just everything. And like, I want Addison to have a good time. I want him to have fun, and I think that's why he's here at Tennessee. I think that's what he saw in this staff, is I'm gonna have a great experience here, and what we want to do at Triple F.
But one of the things for me is our high school strength program was coming into college. It was seamless. Like, it was pretty much the exact same thing. Yeah, there were some different exercises we did, but his program was a college-style program. It was ran just like that. Everything, like he was saying, it's not just like max. Whereas people that I'll talk to at other high schools, they're like, oh yeah, all we do is bench, squat, clean. That's pretty much it. Whereas we had a bunch of things where there was like speed involved, like velocity, there was volume, there was different types of exercises that would hit different groups of muscles that helped you prevent injuries. So super special to have someone with his knowledge of just a broader sense of strength than just like strength, more of the broader picture of it.
It's all logistics, honestly. It's logistics, it's wherewithal, it's energy, because it's exhausting to make sure that you're helping everybody. And when I say logistics, it takes a system. You got to be able to say, here's all the things that we measured, all the assessments that we did, and all right, here's what Addison actually needs. So he needs to be doing this program.
Transition, high school, college, seamless transition. So super impressive what kind of they built at GAC and what he's going to be doing at Triple F. Really cool. I'm super excited to see what they do with these kids, because just being able to go through it myself was a special thing, and it worked out for me. Got me here, and I really owe a lot to Coach Burnett over here. I would not be anywhere near where I am today without him. So
Appreciate that, Eddie. Again, a lot of it is systematic, and what we pride ourselves in GC after 2 decades, way before my time with Coach Gary Schofield, and what he put together at that place to make sure, okay, amidst the chaos of group training, are we still meeting needs, and we build that out. Starting with assessments from principles and strategies that now lend itself to, all right, here's your workout. I'll pull it up on the iPad on the rack, bang, bang, this is what I need, this is the way that I need to follow. And again, it's not a perfect setup because you get you guys in the room, but taking that, from that environment, that systematic way of development, to now Triple F, where it is going to be smaller, more intimate, with even better resources and more trainers and smaller groups, man, like I had to say yes. Like it was right up my wheelhouse. Like I'm super passionate about optimization and giving kids exactly what they need. And that's what Lee saw in me in last year. We're going on a month now of actually living here and building this thing out. And to me, our relationship long term is really just the bedrock of how it's supposed to go. I want the long haul, man. I want the 12 months or 6 years in which not only is it relational, there's trust, because it takes years to build even trust, right? Not to mention, I know his weaknesses. I know more about this guy than the strength coaches will know in 2 or 3 years, but of course his body's changing. He's gonna grow. So anyway, it's a really cool dynamic when you know it's long term. And yeah, I mean, straight up, I really feel like the Lord, through prayer and just like kind of wrestling with some restlessness at GAC. Not for anything because of the institution or even just me. It's just like, man, I just feel like I'm at a place, Lord, where I need more purpose. And he kind of put something on my heart in terms of like helping young men become godly men. And when Lee and I sat down for lunch, that's all we talked about. And so before we even talked about, what technology we're going to buy, this assessments that we talked about, like what it means to surround kids in a loving environment where they can truly grow and mature and love Jesus and feel like that they are trending in the right direction, getting everything they need in a professional environment. So Knoxville, I think, is just the right place for us to bring in a supplemental training opportunity in a professional level environment for high-level athletes who really take this seriously, who we're bringing everybody into the picture. Our job, really my job as the president of training operations, is to be zoomed out always and understand what sports this kid's going through, who his coaches are, what workouts he's doing at Maryville High School or Powell High School, and how different they are, just navigating that, because if he comes into our gym, he's a member of our facility, I'm not going to have him do things that he's either already doing that I've just been naive of. No, I'm going to find out. I'm going to call that coach. We're going to have real relationships with everybody in town. I'm going to talk to his parents. Like, we're only taking 150 kids at our facility. So from 11 to 18, that's it. Like, no more, no less. Hopefully not less. We want 150 kids to be part of our family, but we're doing that because we want to protect truly what environment we have for each kid, and that we do know them. We do know what they're going through, coaches and everything. What has happened, that's all I know how to do athletic development. I don't know how to do it short term, 1 week at a time. Like, I hope I see you next week. Like, I don't function that way, so we're not going to offer it that way. Just straight up, it's going to have to be 12 months, or it's just not going to be as good of a situation. Train like a pro is our main phrase. And what does that mean? And what does that look like? What does a professional athlete have access to? Everything. They have access to everything that they could at their disposal, similarly to what we had at GC. Truly, it's like a professional level environment, and we want nothing less than that at GC. With a sports med person on staff, a nutritionist, lounge to watch film or do homework. I mean, it's going to be a place where we want our family members to really live and just thrive, long term. So it's crazy. And, goosebumps just thinking about like day one and just the people that will be there to make up that community. So it's exciting.
1, 2, 3.
Onward!
Hey, guard off the field. Onward. Jog, 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 jog.